Okay, gang, here's just a quickie. Boy, I wasn't expecting this. I got a ton of emails about the, this is the AM pre-selector that's here on YouTube. Now, if you find that thing, we also have an all-band version of that. But surprisingly, I'm getting a bunch of emails. And by the way, if you want to talk to me, don't do it through YouTube comments because I don't get there that often. But just use my email from my website, bobsamerica.com. Go to bobsamerica.com, you'll find my email there and you can contact. Anyhow, I got a bunch of these in, and surprisingly, nothing to do with the RF section here, but about the power management. Again, when this goes into a studio or into a roving van for doing proof of play and quality of play and so on out in the field, or even at the transmitter site, you can get into trouble if you don't have proper grounding everywhere. And since this may be used portably, or it's in the van, or the guy's carrying it around, he may not have a ground on his power system or whatever. One guy has one of these. Is talking of. I wish he had one. He's probably going to get one of these to put up at the transmitter site, and with an IP camera, he can watch his equipment readings in the control room or the equipment room with his IP camera back at his home or in the studio, which is kind of nice. So he was asking me about this, and I said, yeah, I'll work up something for you. But anyhow, here's this thing, and let me get to it. I'm plugged in, but I'm plugged in over here to a 2-wire outlet, and there's a reason for that. Let me go turn this on. You can see we got a thing that says we just have neutral power. I'm going to reverse this. Here. Turn it around. Put it in backwards. You can see we still have neutral. I've got a ground. This whole bench is grounded, and I'm grounded right here to the vise, which is the metal ground. And we're going to touch the chassis here. Nothing happening. Nothing happening. All right. Let's go back. Here. Put this in. It's hard to do with the camera in your hand. And touch this now. You can see we get kind of hard with the lighting. That's an amber that you see lit, by the way. We get the red line and the green ground, which shows the status. Let's hook that in there. The status that everything is working according to Hoyle. It's connected properly. Now you're not going to have any ground loops or problems, especially back here with the connectors. If those become the power ground, you can have some buzzing or humming on the system. And we're up here in this pre-selector with the preamps and the various pre-selector filtering and all that, and we're dealing with microvolts, millionths of 1 volt. So if you get into trouble with the 120 volt power system, with hum or ground loops, anything like that, look at the ratio you're dealing with here, 100 million to 1. So there's a good chance you're going to get in trouble. This is good too. If the power goes out, he can turn on his IP cam, or if he's in the area, he can just see that the generator kicked in. Everything's fine. The generator has the common power bus ground. The neutral and the hot side are not reversed. I wish you could see that amber. That's a nice color, but that's not going to do it. Anyhow, here's the unit in here. See if we can focus. There we go. It's there. It's probably the best I could do. It's you can see the 3 top resistors. There's actually 6 because I've got them in series. I'm using about 44K Those are 22Ks there. 44Ks, 150 volt. Let me get the schematic for you to use here. 150 volt. This is terrible production, isn't it? It's a rainy day. It's freezing cold outside. And I'm trying to do too many things at once, so I apologize. Here, you can screen grab this. We've got the hot return and ground coming in. Red, yellow, and green LEDs. These are 150 volt diodes. These resistors, I'd go to 44 to 50 kilo ohms on these three. And here's the wiring. It's not the true logic you would want for an analytical the power line ringer outer thing, but it's good enough to show that if the ground guy is active, if these two are reversed, the hot and return are reversed. Because what's going to happen is what I showed you before. You're just going to, here, I'll take the ground off. You're just going to get, that green isn't really lit. That's the light from behind there. I'm holding my hand over it. See? Take my hand away. It's rear lit. You're just going to get one light, so you know something's wrong, and you can run in there and fix it. Now, assuming nobody messed around with your power lines and the wiring in the transmitter room, shack, building, you know that the hot and return haven't been reversed. You just know that there's a ground problem. And here, let's fix it. I'm fixing it. So that's it. I'm going to, one other thing he asked for, I'm going to give him a 12 volt input back here. So in case he's in the car, he wants to run off the battery, he can come back in and go through the regulator. He can come in with 24 volts if he wanted to, if he had the truck, and come in and just power this whole system up. In that case, this won't be working because this is all 120 mains. The other thing is, he's in the car or the van a lot of time, or most of the time. This one guy, well, actually, there's another guy too, but I gotta learn more about him and his company. He's using an inverter in the van, so he's coming out 12 volts into the inverter, and then 120 into the system. He's got some filtering in there. I suggested some commercial filtering. I would have loved to have built something for him, but we'll see. So he's got some pretty clean 120 coming out of the inverter and feeding the system. The problem is when you're doing that mobile, you don't always get the right ground, and it's very easy to get the mains, the main and the return, hot and return reversed. Depending on what cables you're using and you're on the fly and everything's happening, it might not even be good weather out there, but you got to go out and make some measurements. So I hope that answered some of the questions through the emails. Thanks, guys, guys and girls, for sending me the emails. Again, let me just give you the quick schematic. A true logic schematic would be using transistors and one IC, to make this a true analytical working, a real instrument for measuring. Again, this is the quick and dirty way to do it, and it works. That's good enough. We're in the business of making pre-selectors and preamps and up converters, so we don't we're not going to get into the power distribution business. But there you go. Hope this helped, and I did go long. It's 9 minutes. I'm sorry. It's a bad day here, and I guess I'm kind of lonely. Again, my email is at my website, bobsamerica.com, and please join my YouTube channel, N1KPR, Kilo Papa Romeo. Thank you, and I hope you're having a better day than I am. Stay safe, you guys.